Congratulations on advance. This is
Peace or Genegbawe. First, let's talk the headlines. FG scraps DPR, PPPRA, PEF, SAC CEOs inaugurate new agencies. Opposition candidates win Cape Verde presidential elections. Airstrikes hit capital of Ethiopia's Tigray. And on sport, Chukwueze returned good news for Eagles. Now the news in detail. The federal government of Nigeria on Monday said the Department of Petroleum Resources, that is DPR, the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency, that is PPPRA, and the Petroleum Equalization Fund, that is PEF, are all officially scrapped and do not exist anymore. It also said while workers of the three agencies will be protected, as their chief executive had been relieved of their various appointments. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, stated this while speaking on the sidelines of the inauguration of the boards of the Nigerian Mainstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulation Authority and the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission in Abuja. He explained that with the passage of the Petroleum Industry Act, the NPRA and the NURC had taken over the functions of the DPR, PPPRA, and PEF. While responding to questions on what would happen to DPR following the inauguration of the board of NURC, Silva disclosed that it was henceforth a matter of law. The United States government is extending its helping hands to Nigeria in a new move to address global terrorism. As part of measures to tackle the menace, the U.S. Deputy National Security Advisor John Feiner met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, on Monday in Abuja, the capital city, where modalities for collaboration between both countries were discussed. The discussion revealed that tackling terrorism is a common priority for both countries. And according to the U.S. official, the Joe Biden administration underscores the importance of mutual collaboration in areas of climate change, COVID-19, as well as tackling insurgency in the country. Finally disclosed the importance of close relationships between both countries. While reacting, Onyema said the Nigerian government had a fruitful engagement that bordered on cooperation on the coronavirus disease with the United States. The federal government of Nigeria on Monday said it will develop policies to promote effective menstrual health and hygiene management, that is MHHM, in the country. Deputy Director, Child Development Department of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Ali Madugu, said this at a one-day meeting to develop information, education, and communication materials on MHHM in Abuja, the nation's capital city. According to him, the development of policies and IEC materials are to support advocacies on MHHM, to ministries, departments and agencies, as well as to women and girls at the grassroots. He said the meeting reacts and creates an opportunity to kickstart the process of the development of a document that will not only be used for advocacy to stakeholders at the national and state levels, but also be used for sensitization and awareness creation among adolescents, girls and women. And now for some COVID-19 update. Nigeria has recorded 89 new cases of COVID-19 in 8 states, bringing the total to 209,387 in 36 states of the country plus the FCT. According to the latest information released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, that is NCDC, Kaduna reported 34 cases, Abia 22, Delta 11, Rivers and Kano recorded 8 cases each, Bauchi 4, Jigawa and Zamfara recorded 1 case each. A total of 197,312 persons have been discharged, and the number of deaths is 2,838. So the number of active cases is 9,237. When the news returns, news from other parts of West Africa. Do stay with us.
This is Fadi Jawdi. I'm the director of Mikano International Limited group of companies. First of all, we would like to welcome you here in your office, in our office, and we would like first of all again to congratulate you on your new program. It's a new program, right? Okay, and to congratulate the new winner, which is going to be in December. And I hope this program will continue for the future and we'll have more cars to give. Congratulations in advance.
Welcome back. Left-wing candidate Josemaria Neves has won the Cape Verde presidency in the first round of voting. According to provisional results published on an official website, Neves won 51.5% of the vote based on 97% of votes counted. A first-round absolute majority means the election does not need to go to a second-round runoff. Neves, 61, had earlier served as Prime Minister of the West African nation between 2001 and 2006 and ran for the opposition African Party for the independence of Cape Verde. The PAICV had ruled the former Portuguese colony when it was a one-party state. His main rival, another former Prime Minister, 71-year-old lawyer Carlos Veiga, won 42.6% of the votes counted. He was the candidate of the center-right Movement for Democracy. Veiga acknowledged defeat on television, congratulating his rival. And now to Liberia, where Liberia's President, George Weah, has honored an 18-year-old motorcycle taxi rider who found and returned $50,000 to a businesswoman who had lost the cash in the northeastern Nimba region. President Weah met Emmanuel Tolue at a ceremony in the capital Monrovia on Monday and offered him cash and an educational scholarship. The motorcycle rider has become a national hero in recent days for his actions. Owner of Missing Money, Musu Yansi, had earlier appreciated the young man's honesty with cash and goods valued at about $1,500. The president hailed Tulu's exceptional sense of morality and good citizenship as an inspiration for the youth, and the Liberian leader promised to recognize and award the young man with one of Liberia's highest honor, the Order of Distinction, for his honesty. In addition, the president gave him $10,000 as well as 2 new motorcycles for you to improve your circumstances and sustain himself financially. Let's move over to other parts of Africa after this break. Just stay with us. You're watching Africa Today on Hills TV. Now to other parts of Africa. Ethiopian forces hit the Tigrayan's capital of Mekelle with airstrikes on Monday, according to humanitarian officials and diplomats who told journalists in the new phase of the nearly year-long war in the country's north. They are the first reported air raids in Mekelle since the conflict erupted in November last year, although there have been others in Tigray region. Two diplomats and a rebel spokesman in the city confirmed the developments via SMS to reporters on condition of anonymity. The resources said the first air raid occurred in the morning of the outskirts of Mekelle near a cement factory, while the second took place around midday in the city center near the hotel, often used by top officials from the Tigray People's Liberation Front, that is TPLF, the region's former ruling party, and the target of a government military operation since November 2020. TPLF spokesman Getachew Reda said the aerial assaults were designed to inflict civilian casualties. The armed forces of the DRC has accused the Rwandan military group of infiltrating and invading the Nyiragongo region of North Kivu, located in the eastern parts of the country. Kinshasa claims to have recovered one Rwandan weapon and a few other items, and further claimed that the forces had occupied 6 villages at the same time. The Congolese civil society groups blamed the national apparatus for not issuing them security against internal forces and invasion. Mambo Kawaya, a rights activist from the area, said the Rwandan army is organized at the border, but the Congolese army is not, due to the lack of manpower and the lack of logistics capable of containing the attacks that can occur at any time. Meanwhile, the Congolese army claimed to have repelled its incursion. Sulema Njike Kaiko, army spokesperson in the area, said the North Kivu operational sector, Sokola 2, confirms the invasion of external elements on Congolese soil. They occupied 6 villages and had some through 200 meters from the national road number. For nearly 4 months, civil society in the Nyiragongo area, has been warning of the presence of Rwandan army on the Congolese soil. And now to business news. Ministries and departments and agencies of the federal government will in 2022 spend an estimate of 104 billion naira on purchasing generators, fueling and servicing them. It was gathered that a total of 104 billion naira will be spent on generators due to the country's unstable power supply, which exceeds the internally generated revenue of about 24 states of the Federation. The details are contained in the 2022 budget proposal, which is yet to be approved by the National Assembly. A review of the budget shows that the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, headed by Zainab Ahmed, takes a share of 80% for generators, as the ministry set aside 82.03 billion naira. As of press time, spokesman of the Finance Ministry, Yunusa Abdullahi, had yet to respond to an inquiry on the budget for generators for the ministry, as it is very high. We now join Ian and Lubem on Sports News. Do stay with us.
afternoon and welcome to Sport News and Africa Today. I am Adnan Lubem. Ex-Super Eagles goalkeeper Ike Shorunu has described the return of Villarreal forward Samuel Chukwueze as good news for the national team. The Nigeria international has been out of action since May 6, when he was injured in his club's Europa League semi-final tie at Arsenal, but made a return to the Yellow Submarines clash against Mallorca last weekend. The injury eventually ruled him out of the final against Manchester United. He has also been absent from the Super Eagles 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Chukwueze has also been forced to miss the Yellow Submarines' 6 opening La Liga matches and their Group F Champions League games. Nigeria will be hosting the second edition of the International Table Tennis Federation, that is ITTF Africa Western Region Challenge, scheduled to take place in Lagos State from November 1 to 4th, 2021. Reports reveal that about 14 other African countries will also compete. The tournament, which serves as a platform to attain regional ranking, will have Nigeria staking its pedigree in the region against teams like Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin Republic, and a host of other African countries. According to the regional vice president, ITTF Africa West, Ferdinand Sono, the tournament is the first regional competition to be staged amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, with focus on Nigeria to stage a befitting tournament, just like it has been a leading nation organizing an elite tournament in the continent. Still in the news, President of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Simeon Okraku, has called on the Black Queens to put an end to the Nigeria Super Falcons' dominance ahead of their 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, that is WAFCON. According to reports, the Super Falcons will play host to their Ghanaian counterparts at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos for the first leg qualifier on Wednesday, October 20. Findings show that Nigeria has qualified for all the tournaments, but will face a difficult test against the Black Queens that has never won the competition. In an interview with GFA website, Simeon Okraku stated that Ghana are well prepared to hold the Super Falcons from qualifying for the tournament slated for Morocco. That's your sport news on Africa Today. Back to Peace for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Adnan Lubem. Welcome back. Now to the rest of the stories. Nigeria Boss Factor is presenting talented Nigerians in arts and crafts an opportunity to showcase to the world its creativity of the young and old. The talent-driven show, Niger Boss Factor, has moved to audition stage with the host, Boss FM 95.5 Abuja, giving opportunity to an audience to grace the occasion. Organizers of the Niger Bus Factor believe this would be a springboard for new talents to be discovered. The show, which is slated for December 10, 2021 in Abuja, is already selling tickets ranging from 1,000, 2,000 and 5,000 naira respectively. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines again. On the headlines, we told you that the federal government has scrapped DPR, PPRA, PEF, sacked their CEOs and inaugurated new agencies. We also told you that the opposition candidate has won the Cape Verde presidential election. Airstrikes visits the capital of Ethiopia, Tigray. And on sport, Chukwueze returns good news for Eagles. Remember to visit us on Facebook and Instagram at Hills TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hills TV. I am Peace Ogenegbawe. Thank you for watching.